Rambam. We are in the laws of Passover. Can't get away from Passover. All right, start cleaning. Get ready. We are in chapter 5. Got to get rid of the chametz. All right, chapter 5. The prohibition against chametz applies only to 5 species of grain. 5 species of grain. They include 2 species of wheat and spelt, and 3 species barley, oats, and rye. That's what it applies to. Okay. Yes.
What about beans?
We're going to get there. However, kidneys, rice, millet, beans, lentils, and the like do not become leavened, even if one kneads rice, flour, or the like with boiling water and covers it with fabric until it rises like dough that has become leavened. It is permitted to be eaten. This is not leavening, but rather decay of the flour. It's decay of the flour, not leavening of it, right? Interesting. Right now, we don't use rice and beans and all this rabbinically, but biblically you could. Right? Ashkenazim don't. Some Sephardim do. Rambam is a Sephardi, right? And I don't think even then it was the custom. It became later the custom of rice. I don't even think at that time. I'm not certain if it was at that time. I have to look it up.
Bottom line, rice is not kosher.
What?
Bottom line, here and now, rice is not kosher.
Is not right. It's not chametz. Yeah. It's called kidneys. What we call kidneys, huh?
Because it expands.
Because it doesn't leaven. It's only things that leaven. It doesn't. It decays. I'm not exactly clear on what that means in for a cook. Okay, 2. With regard to the 5 species of grain, if flour from these species is needed with fruit juice alone, without any water, it will never become leavened. Even if flour is placed in juices the entire day until the dough rises, it is permitted to eat on Pesach. For fruit juice does not cause dough to become leavened; it merely causes the flour to decay. Okay, but that's only if it's pure fruit juice. And I don't know if he's going to say here. No, he doesn't. But if you add water to the fruit juice, the following includes the category of fruit juice: wine, milk, honey, olive oil, apple juice, pomegranate juice, and other similar wines, oils, and beverages. Oh, Tim is here. Okay. This applies so as long as the water, whatever is mixed with it. Says no water is mixed with them. If any water is mixed with them, then it causes the flour to become leavened. So that if it's a mixture of water and fruit juice, then actually it speeds up the process and it does become leavened more than if it was just water. Okay. On Pesach, we should not cook wheat in water. For example, cracked wheat or flour in water. For example, dough balls. If one cooks either of them above, behold, it's absolutely chametz. This applies to kernels cracked open within the dish. We may not fry dough in oil in a frying pan. However, we may cook a loaf of matzah or roasted flour. If one boiled a lot of water and afterwards placed flour into it, behold, it is permitted because it is cooked immediately before it could become leavened. Now, a lot of these things we don't do, even though, again, it says here we could. Nevertheless, it is except the custom of Babylonia, Spain, and entire Western diaspora to forbid this practice. This has been decreed, lest one not boil the water well enough. Because if it's boiled really well, then you put the flour into it, so it's cooked right away. That's why he's saying over here. But maybe you're not going to have it really boiling well, and therefore it's not going to cook thoroughly immediately. Then it's going to become chametz. Because what does chametz mean? It's a time period of leavening, right? That after 18 minutes of water and flour together, it now is leavened, meaning it is fermented, right? Not decayed, but fermented. Okay. It is halacha number 4. It's permissible to cook grain or flour in fruit juice. Thus, dough, which is kneaded with fruit juice, cooked in fruit juice, or fried with oil in a frying pan, is permitted for fruit juice. Does not cause leavening, as we said. Right? Okay, this is the last halacha because we have a bris to go to. Actually, folks, if you remember, Rabbi Mendy Bressinger has another boy. So roasted grain, which is singed in fire and then ground into flour. The flour should not be cooked with water unless it was not roasted well in the fire, and thus will become leaven when cooked. Right? Similarly, when preparing new pots, we should not cook in them anything other than matzah that was baked and then ground into flour. It's forbidden to do so with roasted flour, perhaps it will be not roasted well and thus may become leavened. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, folks.
Thank you, Rabbi.
But good to be back.